Hi everybody, welcome back to Sydney's Stoma channel. My name's Chris, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about having an ostomy and hot weather. I'm in the UK, and at the moment in the UK we are experiencing some rather hot weather, hotter than what we normally have at this time of year, but it's very hot and very nice. I really enjoy the hot weather. It just generally makes me feel healthier all round. However, having an ostomy in the heat can be a problem. So I'm going to talk to you about what I do to help relieve some of the issues I have with hot weather and having a stoma. So with having a stoma, I do find that I get quite itchy underneath my base plate, and it can get quite sweaty under there. And when it starts getting sweaty under the base plate, then we can have the base plate lifting off, or it certainly starts to peel away. So there's some things that we can do to relieve that process. So one of the first things I do is I puncture some holes in my base plate of my stoma bag. And what I mean by that is, this over this side. So we have the bag, and I currently use the Sensuro Mio convex bags, and I puncture some holes in and around these areas. I don't put loads in because obviously I'm then reducing the amount of adhesive that's on my skin. So the way I do that is I just use a bog standard hole puncher, and I slide that in and push it down as well, push that bag in as far as I can go, and just systematically move around the bag, punching some holes in it. I normally do sort of 4, sometimes 5. So as you can see now, there's now some holes in there. And once that comes off, the base plate comes off. That's what the base plate looks like. Once that comes off, I then put that on my skin. So what is that doing? Why do I do that? So what that does is it allows the skin to breathe, because that's what's not happening with our skin underneath a base plate, is the skin isn't breathing. And when it's not breathing, it's going to start gathering moisture, it's going to start getting hot, it's going to start getting sweaty, and that can then move on to skin irritation. So there is not really anywhere, could never get my words out, can I? There's never really anywhere for the moisture to go. But if we create these holes that we've got around there, it just allows the moisture to come out through those holes, and it allows air to arrive on the skin. And these naturally move. These are always moving on our body because we're always moving, and it always creates little channels that we don't really see, but there are little channels which allow the air to go down or allow moisture to come up and out onto the surface. Since I've been doing that, my base plates haven't been lifting or starting to peel anywhere near how they were beforehand. So I find that really useful, is to just pop some holes in it, and it just gives the skin underneath a chance to breathe. It gives the skin underneath somewhere to push that moisture out towards, and that will stop your base plate peeling. So that's the biggest tip that I do with mine. It's going to be down to the individual how many holes you put in, or if you put any in, and give it a bit of practice. But it works for me. I haven't got a base plate peeling off. Give you an example. I've had this one on since this morning, and it is still very tight on my skin all the way around. I'm not going to pull my trousers all the way down, but you can see that I've got some holes there and another hole there, and that base plate is still tight to my skin. So give that a try. That might certainly help relieve any sweatiness, any moisture build up, and I found it has relieved any itchiness that goes on under there. And the reason it's not itching is because there isn't sweat under there. It isn't irritating the skin to cause any itchiness. Another good tip is to use barrier cream. I've done many videos on barrier cream. I've got one somewhere. Is using barrier cream like that one, or any barrier cream that you've got before you put your base plate on. I prefer to use a barrier cream over your barrier spray, because the cream will absorb into your skin, and that will keep your skin healthy at the same time. If you use a barrier spray, you're causing another additional layer on top of your skin. So you've got the barrier film and then the bag over the top. It's just another layer that's going to stop the skin from breathing as well as it should, if that makes sense. So creams I do find useful. One, it looks after the skin, keeps it healthy, and it will absorb into the skin, whereas a barrier film spray sits over the skin. And again, as I said, that's going to cause issues with your skin breathing. Also, I'd recommend, where you can, is if you've got the opportunity to, depending on how much output you have, is alternatively just take your bag off for a little while. Get some fresh air over your bag, or over your skin, not over your bag. Get some fresh air over your skin, over your ostomy area, and that will help relieve any itchiness or any soreness. Be careful with that. Don't sit in direct sunlight with your stoma out. Direct sunlight onto your stoma is going to cause you problems. It's going to start drying the stoma out. The stomas need to be moist. The actual stoma itself does need to be moist. So don't sit in direct sunlight. Make sure you sit in shade. And even if you can just take your bag off for 10 minutes at some point throughout the day, just to allow the skin some time to breathe, it's going to help. And also use dry wipes. Don't use any kind of abrasive or any chemical wipes or anything like that, or soaps. Just use dry wipes just to pat your skin down to dry it off. If you've got any adhesive residue on your skin, then I'd always recommend using adhesive residue wipes. Now you can get those from all your stoma suppliers, adhesive remover wipes, and just give the skin a wipe with one of those just to get rid of any residue that might stick and might start irritating the skin. Another tip is don't get sun cream, suntan lotion anywhere near your stoma site because you will never get a bag to stick. So if you're going to apply sunscreen to your skin, make sure you've put your stoma on first, or your stoma. Make sure you've put your bag on first, and then put your sun cream up to the bag. Do not get that underneath your bag. Your bag will never stick once you've put sun cream on. It will take ages to get that sun cream away from your skin and trying to get a bag to stick. And another tip is just stay hydrated, people. If we've got stomas, we should be drinking more water anyway. So drink plenty of water and keep your stoma site area cool as well. Wear loose fitting clothing. Don't wear anything too tight around your waist because that's just going to increase heat. Unfortunately, when I'm at work, I do wear a uniform, and it does create a lot of heat around my stoma area because of the trousers I wear and the belt, etc. But where I can, I'll lift my shirt up and get some air around the skin area. So keep your stoma site cool. Even if you've got a little handheld fan that you can use just to keep your skin cool. If you keep your skin cool, that will reduce any heat build-up, and again reduce any sweat build-up. So they're my little tips for keeping your ostomy and yourself sane during the hot weather, because it can get really itchy under a base plate. It can get so itchy it just drives you mad. But if you use those tips, it will help reduce that. It'll help protect your skin, keep your skin looking good. So give those tips a try. I'm not a medical professional. These are just things that I try that have helped me. But certainly punching holes in there into your bag has really, really helped. So you can give that a try. You can just start off with 1 or 2 holes, depending on how you feel. If you're a bit worried about doing that, is it going to reduce the stickiness? Not really. They're only small holes. The main body of the bag is all still there. So you could give that a try. Give it a try. Use barrier cream rather than barrier film if you're going to use a product on your skin. If your bag is peeling, you can use other products. You can use what they call flange extenders, like these. So you can put those around your base plate to extend the size of your base plate. However, all that's going to do is create more heat underneath your base plate. It's just going to cause a bigger build-up of sweat, and it's just going to get really, really itchy. So I'd avoid using these if you can. They're just going to actually make the problem worse. And these types of things, whilst they are really good for some scenarios, and I do use them occasionally, they are really generally, these are the Coloplast ones, and they are really, really aggressive on your skin. So in heat, do we want to be aggravating our skin or using products that are quite aggressive on the skin? I'd say no. They do have a place, these things, but for stomas in heat, not such a good idea. So I would avoid using these. Try other techniques first. Keep your skin cool, put some holes in the base plate, use dry wipes to clean your skin regularly. But I recommend changing your bag often. Probably not if you can avoid it, because that's just going to create issues on your skin. Constantly taking something on and off does create stress on your skin, so try and avoid that if you can. But there you go, they're my tips for keeping things cool in the stoma department in the hot weather. Give it a try, let us know how you feel, let me know how you get on even with trying any of those methods. If you like the video, give it a like. If you like the channel, subscribe for any new content that comes out. And I hope you're enjoying the weather wherever you are in the world. If you've got wonderfully hot weather, I hope you're thoroughly enjoying it like I am. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care everybody, bye now.